Nobody's stumped the pump guys yet. But Daniel, he's got a good question here. Aberdeen, South Dakota. What should I do between tests to keep my fire pump in good shape?
Same thing as there's a couple of different things. First one is general maintenance as far as checking, as far as fluids, that type of thing, chain case, that type of thing. Big thing though, just like with the situation we had in Arizona with the calcium builds up and that kind of stuff, use the pump. Needs to be exercised. Pumps fail far more often from lack of use than they do from overuse. Very hard to wear a pump out. But if you're not using it, you're going to create problems. So that really, use is the main thing that I can think of to keep a pump in good working order.
And not just the pump, but the accessories.
Accessories, right, especially.
A lot of times it's the discharge valves that start sticking. It's the relief valve that doesn't want to relieve anymore. Those type of devices. So the more you can use those, the better. And again, if you can get into a weekly or at least a monthly checkout of the truck and operate all those accessories, especially, it's always the valves that never get used, right? The pre-connected lines seem to be fine, but it's that rear 2.5 that hardly ever gets used that all of a sudden is difficult to open because it hasn't been opened for 6 months. So use it is the answer to your question.
I've got one to add, and this actually happened on my own department recently. Here we did got our annual service test done to the pump, and when they first actuated the priming pump, it wasn't able to pull the prime that it should be able to, or the vacuum that it should be able to. In our area, we don't have corrosion issues as much as buildups, similar to what was brought up before, and you can have the same problem in that aluminum, basically aluminum coated rotor that we have, and the vanes sticking in there where they're not expanding all the way out. So if I only have 3 of the 4 vanes that are working, you're not going to have the performance of that primer. So the biggest thing is, like we brought up, exercising that, and shame on me, it's my own department. I didn't have it on the truck sheet to exercise the priming pump, so just running that. It's one of the things with the biodegradable lubricants that are out there. One that we use called Prime Safe. You should exercise that because it's designed to break down after, like it's designed to be biodegradable, and that can become sticky as it dries out. So it's a good idea when you're doing your truck checks just to run it, purge a little water through there, which flushes out your impurities, your buildups that we would have, and then possibly some of that biodegradable lubricant.
Yeah, there's no problem with that in the tank, but as soon as it gets down into the pump and it's exposed to water and air, and it's going to break down. So yeah, it needs to be run.
All right.